15.7% of all purchase contracts were canceled in the month of August. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. Redfin just came out with a new study that showed almost 60,000 agreements of sale, purchase contracts to buy residential housing that makes up 15% of all the homes that sold in the month of August were canceled. That's up from a 14.3% cancellation clip last year. So we're seeing more people back out of their agreements of sale when they're buying homes. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I want to share this with everybody because I'm going to tell you the reasons behind it and then what potential buyers and potential sellers should be doing to make sure they're not in that situation. Because there is nothing more frustrating than when a deal falls apart. It throws off your timing. It throws off your moving schedule. There's other things in play, not just selling the house, and that creates hassles and complications. So that's why we're going to dive deeply into this. So there's 3 reasons, as far as I can tell, and what Redfin identified in the article for this 15+% cancellation rate. One is sticker shock, and that has to do with the monthly payments people are locking into with higher interest rates in the low 7s, as well as the increase in sale prices. And I am clear this is real. In a lot of cases, some buyers, when they get in these hyper-competitive situations, there's multiple offers, everybody's waiving everything, they're going hundreds of thousands of dollars higher than the asking price. What we see happening is the dust settles, the buyer's in the agreement, and then a day or two later, they're saying to themselves, what did I just get myself into? What did I do here? This was not the right decision. I got too emotionally attached. And as a result, you see these cancellations. There's some homes where we've seen this happen where they have 2 or 3 deals die, not just one. So sticker shock is very real. We're seeing affordability diminish, higher monthly payments, higher purchase prices. So that's very well a reason here for these cancellations. Number 2, buyer demand is now below pre-pandemic levels. We are seeing that buyer demand is where it was prior to 2019, not that ferocious buyer demand that we've seen, and that creates more options because when there's less buyers, there's less competition, and as a result, there's more options on the market. And that leads me to number 3, which is that listing inventory is ticking up. We're starting to see the highest number. We are seeing right now, currently, the highest number of homes available in the marketplace in 2023 nationwide. That means buyers have more options. There's a little less competition right now, back to reason number 2, and that can create a wandering eye for some people because there might be another home that comes on the market that could be a great backup offer for them. They may want to go see that property before they lock into something else. And remember, these are big decisions when it comes to buying a home. People want to feel comfortable, especially as the amount of time in properties is growing for everyone across the U.S. We've seen the number jump up. It used to be about 7 years, about 10 years ago, a decade ago. Now that number's north of 11 years as the average time in a property. So we've got all these things happening. More homes coming to the market. Buyer demand is below pre-pandemic levels, and we're seeing a little bit of sticker shock. So what does this mean for home sellers and home buyers? Home sellers, there's 3 ways to price your property. Below the market with the hopes of having a bidding war, right at the price where you think the property is going to sell for, and then a little bit above to be able to come down and negotiate. And what I am clear on is that the middle strategy, pricing it right where you think it's going to sell for, and looking at those price points, the 0s, the 25s, the 50s, that's where we see the most eyeballs. People look up to 400, and then they look 400 and up as an example. They look up to 900, and then they look 900 and up as another example. That's 100,000, by the way. So if you're pricing it right where it looks like the value is going to be and analyzing what's active and what you're competing with, what's pending, what's sold, that's going to be the best strategy for you right now. Because what happens if you don't get multiple offers and you price it below? Well, you're not going to raise the number. If you do, that's going to send a bad message to the market. So for home sellers, I'd be looking at pricing it right where you think it's going to sell for. Buyers are very sophisticated today, and that strategy has worked time and time again, literally thousands of times for our team, and we are clear that's what's going to work in the current market. For buyers, I wouldn't be quitting on the market right now. We're in the fall market, right? you're going to see a run on the market. More homes come to market. There's still people that are bringing their properties that are serious about selling in September. It'll happen in October, November, December, and January, the whole winter stretch here and late fall. And the buyers that withdraw from the market and want to revisit, they end up missing opportunities because now may be the time to get the home that you want. Having a home come back on the market because somebody got cold feet and maybe you were the runner-up is a great position to be in because now the seller's a little snake bitten. They don't want to see another deal blow out. That's going to allow you to capitalize and get the property that you want. So this is not a bad thing. This is a sign that the market is starting to move the other way. As inventory grows, that's not as good for sellers as it is for buyers. And sellers want to have their home on the market when the neighbors don't. So if I'm a seller right now, I'm thinking about moving my time frame up. I'm pricing it right where I think the property's going to sell for because when rates do come down, which a lot of people are predicting they will, we're going to see the market flooded with more sellers and more buyers.